We are in session number 3. Dinosaurs.
We're talking about dinosaurs.
In the Bible. Yes, sirree. Here it says in National Geographic.
No human being has ever seen a live dinosaur. Okay.
Now, does he know that, Don, or does he think that?
I believe he thinks that.
There is no possible way you can know such a thing unless he talked to every person in the world. Did he talk to Adam and Eve before he wrote that?
There's a lot of things in this world I ain't seen. Don't mean they don't exist.
Well, it says in the Bible, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. It goes on to say in Exodus, for in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is. Now, Don, what do you suppose he meant by that?
He made it all and everything is in it.
That must mean that Adam must have seen dinosaurs, right?
He must have.
So, like we talked about in the last couple of sessions, and God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters.
The water.
There was a canopy of water.
And the water under the crust of the earth.
Yep. The original creation was very different from what we see right now. Well, 6,000 years ago, there was creation. You remember this, don't you?
4,000 years ago, there was a flood.
Yep. But in that session, people lived to be great lengths. Average age was 912 before the flood. The biggest pterosaur flying over the inland sea, and like all the other reptiles, he never stopped growing. Reptiles grow all their lives. So dinosaurs were just big lizards that lived with Adam and Eve. So that brings up the basic question. Don, were there dinosaurs on the ark?
I believe so, yeah.
Dinosaurs on the ark? They're kind of big, aren't they?
Not all of them.
The big ones were big.
The big ones were big.
But the little ones
were little.
were little.
Alligators and crocodiles.
They asked Billy Graham, were there dinosaurs on Noah's Ark? Well, he said, no, they were extinct by the time man got here.
I don't believe that either.
I don't believe it either, but Billy Graham was good, though.
Yeah, well, Billy Graham said it was the gospel, right?
Right.
No.
Wait, what now? What's that again?
I said it. Billy Graham said it was the gospel, right?
Oh, no.
No, he was human.
Yep. Good man.
Good man.
I think he was.
Yeah,
I think he was.
Can't take anything away from him. One of the greatest evangelists that the world has seen to this day.
Yes, sir. Well, Don, I hope you kept the woodpeckers in a steel cage of some sort. That will be important later. So dinosaurs on the ark. Well, how would you explain that? You know, you had 2 of every sort. We'll talk about that here in just a second.
A species of all animals.
Right. Noah was 600 years old when he went into the ark. So
waters came on the earth.
So he probably had a decent amount of knowledge of don't get the biggest ones you can find. You just bring 2 babies.
I'm sure him and them youngins talked about that.
Right. Just be sure to get a pink one and a blue one. That will be important later.
Yeah, where we gonna put them dinosaurs?
That's right. So why?
How you gonna keep the snakes?
Right. So why bring babies? Well, number one, they're smaller.
You gotta repopulate the earth.
Yep. The biggest dinosaur egg found is smaller than a football. Interesting. 2, they weigh less. They eat less. They sleep a lot more. They're tougher. You know, kids, when they fall down, they get right back up and keep running.
Sure do.
We adults, we fall down and we break it.
At my age, I'll break.
We break and lay there for a while.
Somebody had to help me get up.
Yeah. And after the flood, they will live longer to produce more offspring, and that's why you're bringing them. Why bring big elephants on the ark?
Bring the babies.
That just doesn't make sense. Why bring big drafts of, young ones? And God said, bring the animals of every sort. Not every species. And, it says in the Bible, after his kind, after his kind, after their kind, wherein the nostrils is the breath of life. And only the ones on dry land. Noah did not have to bring any fish on the ark. There was plenty of water outside.
I know where to put the whale.
There didn't need to be any insects on there because they breathe through their skin, called spiracles. Don, whenever we have a flood, walk out to a puddle. What is the first thing you notice?
Probably insects.
Bugs by the bazillions, right? Noah did not bring 300 pairs of dogs on the ark. Noah probably never saw a chihuahua in his life. There was probably a zebra or some kind of horse on the ark. So skeptics say, how did Noah fit all the millions of animals on the ark? Well, before we get into that, Don, how did he do it?
He didn't fit millions on the ark.
There we go. Well, first off, only land animals, no fish. Only those with the nostrils, no bugs. And only bring babies, and that's just plain old common sense, okay? And 2 of each kind, not variety. And since God made the kinds, he kind of had it all figured out, And God
talked a lot with Adam and named them all anyway and told them all about them.
Yeah. And God told Noah how big to build the ark. So he should know. Well, how many pairs were there? Well, there are 8,000 kinds that needed to be on the ark. Just the beasts of the field. No insects. So skeptics say Adam could never name all the animals in one day.
Yeah, he could.
Well, come on.
He didn't have a job to go to.
So there are 8,000 kinds of animals.
Okay.
Right? Well, did you know 300 words per minute, you can name all the animals, all the critters, in 26 minutes. Well, how big was the ark? In science textbooks, they say 18 to 20 billion years ago, there was a big bang. And 4.6 billion years ago, the earth cooled down and formed a rocky crust.
Yeah, I heard him say that.
Yep, and the planet Earth cooled and a rocky surface was created. And the earth was formed. Earth's surface was hot and there were large pools of bubbling lava. So, oh wow, Don, life came from rocks.
Wow.
Oceans formed as it rained on the rocks for millions of years.
Okay.
Millions of years of torrential rains created the great oceans.
Okay.
Swirling in the waters of the oceans is a bubbling broth of complex chemicals. Progress from a complex chemical soup to a living organism, Don, is very slow.
Okay.
Well, boy, it sure is. It don't even happen. That's how slow it is. Life on Earth may have begun in rocks. And this is a science journal right here. On the ocean floor 4 billion years ago. The first self-replicating system must have emerged in this organic soup. So, great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandpa was soup. According to them, right? Well, the Big Bang Theory, one atheist that can't debate it said, Dr. Hovind, there are over 300 recognized dogs. Do you believe that all the dogs came from a rock? We know what he said. Kent said, well, would you look what you believe? You believe that all those dogs came from a rock. This rock.
13 billion, 700 million years, and then the Earth forms 4.6 billion years after.
There's an evolutionist like verse saying to the stalk, thou art my father, and to the stone, thou hast brought me forth. That's in the Bible. Interesting. Well, Don, I found my dad's life verse too, by the way. The Lord have mercy on my son, for he is a lunatic and sore vexed. Genesis chapter 6. And the earth was also corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. Still is today. And the earth was corrupt. And God said unto Noah, the end of flesh, come before me, for the earth is filled with violence. And behold, I will destroy it with the earth. Make thee an ark. And Noah said to his sons, guys, go for wood. You got to go to the boat. That's right.
Go for wood, boys. Go for wood.
So here they are. They're building a boat. And Noah's son, after the flood, named his other son Arphaxad. Now, who would name a kid Arphaxad?
I don't know.
You know, Arphaxad is getting older, and he was looking around this after the flood, looking around, and he says, Are we the only ones left? You know, that question has popped up at some point in his life. And it's interesting, his father, Shem, lived long enough to know Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Mm-hmm. You don't wrap that out reading your Bible, but, you know, whenever you see it, wow, it's cool, you know? Mm-hmm. And there are thousands of flood legends. You know, Hawaii has their own legend. Long after the death of Kunihana, the first man, which would probably be Adam, the world became a wicked and terrible place to live. There was one good man, and his name was Nu'u. He made a great canoe with a house on it.
Filled it with animals.
Filled it with animals. Sounds like the flood story, right? Mm-hmm. And the ancient Chinese, Fuhai, was probably Noah. Him the Chinese consider the father of their civilization. Another flood story. This history records that Fuhai, his wife, 3 sons and 3 daughters, escaped a great flood. He and his family were the only people alive on earth. And after the great flood, they repopulated the world. The Toltec Indians have a flood story.
The Toltec Indians of ancient Mexico said the first world lasted 1,716 years and was destroyed by a great flood that covered the highest mountains. Only one family named Coxcox survived.
So the Bible dates put the flood at 1,656 years after the creation. The Toltec Indian legend wasn't that far off.
Mm-hmm. Babylonians.
Yep. This could be
the Atlantis story.
The Atlantis could be a result of the flood. A flood story. Lost city of Atlantis.
That area.
Well, the flood rested in the mountains of Ararat. It does not say that the ark landed in the mountains in Mount Ararat. It's the mountains, plural.
Mountain range.
Yep, the mountain range of Ararat. You know, there's folks that go down there and they're searching for the ark. You know, they come back they go on a great expedition. They come back and they said, you know what, Don? We almost found it. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know how you can almost find something, but that's what they say, you know?
Almost found it.
There are 4 theories about the location of Noah's Ark. Number 1, it was taken apart and used as lumber for buildings. Number 2, it rotted. And, of course, it might be still on the mountain. And 4, it is in the valley.
Fell off of that mountain.
That's right. Go ahead, Donald.
Many explorers have looked on Mount Ararat for the remains of Noah's Ark, but the Bible states that the Ark rested upon the mountains of Ararat. Mountains, plural. The Hebrew manuscript of Genesis reveals that Noah's Ark landed on the mountains of, I can't see that, Uratah,
yeah.
Which is the whole mountainous range in that area of far eastern Turkey. Yep, that's a fact.
That's a fact.
The Bible plainly says it rested on a mountain range.
And some folks, the ark is right here. This section of Mount Ararat.
Yeah, that's the one they photographed from outer space and said it was the ark.
Yeah.
Petrified under the ice.
Yep, and it very well could be.
Yeah.
Life magazine, they found Noah's Ark. Is this Noah's Ark?
Awesome. I seen an article the other day where they found the Ark of the Covenant too.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe that either.
Yeah.
But that's just me. What I know.
Right. So is the ark? Is that the ark right there? It could be. Don't know. It's a little teardrop shape. But some think Noah's Ark is 17 miles away from.
Mm-hmm.
So 4,400 years ago, after the flood, it would have rotted, right? And that means it would probably go this way, splayed. Readers perform geological survey system, and they kind of just wrap it up. And it is interesting that this right here is the exact same size of the ark.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is it the ark? Who knows? But
it would be awesome to walk on the original ark.
yeah,
Ain't no telling what you'd find petrified.
I know it. Ooh, that would be neat.
Carbon date this.
For real. Iron rivets found at the Ark site on display at Wyatt Museum. So all of these are...
They can't find the ark, but we got stuff from the ark site.
Right.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
It's funny.
Yeah, I don't...
They ain't found the ark, but they found stuff from the ark.
Right. Who knows?
From the ark site. Where's that? But they don't know where it's at.
Right. Yeah, there you go. You were out of shot. But you got so many people that say, "Oh, we found the ark, Don. We found the ark, buddy." But there are so many theories, and are they true? Like dragons, they all have
dragons.
They all have an origin.
They did good till they met Shrek.
Yeah.
And Donkey.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Go back to that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Don.
A boat-shaped object on Doomsday Mountain. Okay. Great information and pictures of the ark. What's a Doomsday Mountain?
That's what they call Mount Ararat. Some people.
Okay. Never heard it called that.
So the boat-shaped object on Doomsday Mountain. So they say that's the most popular position. The village of Kazan. Village of 8. Well, how many people got off the ark?
8.
8 people. Pretty interesting. So the modern day village of Kazan, Turkey. There was found Noah's Ark. Again, there's people that have centers and shopping malls that say for Noah's Ark. And really, all it is just a theory. The government thinks the ark was built on a community center. Length of the ark shall be 300 cubits and a breadth of 50. Now, our cubit, isn't, that long. But let's say that Noah and his family were giants. How big would that ark be?
Go get your brother and need some measurements.
That's right. So this right here is Noah's Ark compared to the Titanic.
Mm-hmm. One big as the Titanic.
Yep. The Royal Egyptian cubit is 20 inches. So the ark would have been a little over 500 feet.
5 football fields.
Yep. So Ron Wyatt discovered Noah's Ark.
Yeah.
What do you think?
He discovered a lot of things.
Yeah. They found
Giant anchor stones.
giant anchor stones
Did
that,
he anchor it down?
they could have had
The Bible will say anchored anything.
Right, yeah. These giant rocks have curved holes drilled through the top. The bigger rocks have bigger holes. What do you think, Don? How can he drill a curved hole?
I don't know how they did that.
During the drought of the late 90s and early 2000s of the Sea of Galilee dropped.
Below normal level.
Yep. Exposing scores of small anchor stones used over the centuries on boats there. They are in the house called the House of Anchor Stones. Anything on that?
They probably were.
Yeah.
They fished out there all the time. I'm sure they anchored the boats with something.
Oh, yeah. So the ark landed, ropes taken off anchor stones. So you got, I mean, all of this is very interesting.
It is.
Just for the simple fact that the Bible says that it landed in the
On the
mountain
mountain range.
of Ararat.
Somewhere in that mountain range.
So everybody that sees something that might look like a boat, that's it.
Anywhere on that range.
That's it. And notice, I mean, all joking aside, notice how all of them are different pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, this is the ark. And then you got someone else saying, no, this is the ark. You know, where's the ark? You know what? When me and you get to heaven,
We'll ask somebody.
we'll ask Noah.
We'll
Where?
ask Noah. Ham, Shem, Japheth. They'll tell us all about how they built it.
Man, wouldn't that be awesome? Won't that be awesome?
Where they found the gopher wood.
Yep.
if it was really wood, or if he said gopher wood.
Yeah, yeah. So the point of that is, you know, they have drove stones or anchor stones. It's funny. Some people say, I hear in your seminar about Noah's Ark having big rocks.
Hanging
Buddy,
over the side.
You are so stupid. Don't you know if he had rocks hanging all over the boat, it would slow him down?
He wasn't going nowhere.
And he says, excuse me, sir, where were they going?
Mm-hmm.
They had nowhere to go. You know? Their job was to go, float, and just say float. Nowhere to go, no island.
Yeah, you hear a lot about that, but most shipbuilders will tell you that ark would have never sunk.
Yep.
It didn't need anchor.
Yep.
It rode the waves. It would have never sunk.
Absolutely.
I tend to believe it.
Yeah.
I don't think God made something that was going to sink.
Oh, absolutely not.
God's the one that told him how to build it. He didn't tell him how to build it so it'd sink.
The book of Josephus says that the Armenians called that spot the landing place, and they show its remains to this day. Good old Mount Ararat. Some scoffers have said that a ship over 300 feet long will bend and break over the waves. Now, what do you think about that, Don?
No, it ride them.
Well, some people think that there was a moon pool.
Mm-hmm.
That could have solved that issue.
Cause it to break more easily.
The moon pool?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could be. But what this is the moon
Stress
pool
relief.
would provide stress relief for a long ship, a circulation, a place to dump things. I mean, who knows? The
You
Bible,
can dump it anywhere.
yeah. But Donald, if the Bible is true and man lived with dinosaurs before the flood, what happened to the dinosaurs when they got off the ark? What do you think?
I think they started breeding and repopulating Earth.
Okay. So, a scientist from Indiana has even suggested starting the theory that the dinosaurs killed themselves with their own flatulence.
Okay.
What do you think about that, Donald?
Don't believe that.
I don't either. So this is the real reason why they went extinct. Smoking.
Oh, yeah. They got cancer and died.
So what made the dinosaurs go extinct, Donald? What did it? They're asking the wrong question, though. The question is not what made them go extinct. The question is, did they go extinct? That's the question. And should creation be taught in public schools? Well, the next question is, should we have public schools?
I agree. Power is not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, or preserved to the states, respectively, or to the people. Yep.
So why did the schools go public? A great article by Samuel Bloomerfield about the real reason why a public school system, why we have a public school system. So dinosaurs leaving the ark faced many problems. First off, the world changed drastically.
Mm-hmm.
And the average age before the flood was over 900. Now, you don't get to 70 or 80. Like, 400 years. So the dinosaurs had two issues after the flood.
The climate change.
The climate change got
There was when that firmament around the Earth split, it started letting in UV rays, temperatures started fluctuating as well.
But the second one was probably worse. People hunted them.
Oh yeah. Who was it? Nimrod was a great dinosaur slayer.
Yeah. There are thousands of legends of people seeing or killing dragons. Where's Shrek when you need him?
Cool, yeah. On a donkey.
Yeah. But the word dinosaur was invented by Sir Richard Owen in 1841.
Okay.
Before that time, they were known as dragons.
Dragons.
And the Bible was written in 1611. There are quite a few passages on dragons, like Deuteronomy 32. Their wine is the poison of dragons. Mm-hmm. Psalm 74. Go ahead, Donald.
Thou breakest the heads of the dragons in the waters.
Dragons were mentioned 34 times in the Bible. So as the human population would grow up, that would mean there would be people here. 1946 dictionary, dragons now rare. That was a definition back then.
Rare in 1946.
Yep. So when your human population goes up,
they must have been good eating.
Yeah, oh yeah. But the dragons,
they've been better than our steak today. I like a good steak.
Oh yeah.
Imagine what a good dinosaur steak.
Right.
Holy, cooked on an open fire. Oh my goodness.
It would be good, wouldn't it? So the human population, as it's growing up, let's say there's a bear in Calhoun County. What would be the first thing to happen?
Somebody's gonna kill it.
Somebody's going to either run it off or, kill it. You got Big Bubba right here. He'd save the village. So that's like I said, like we said, that was probably the main thing.
Killed off most dinosaurs for meat, absolutely.
Yep. Go ahead, Don. Go ahead.
Because they were a menace, to be a hero.
Yep. To
prove his superiority, competition for land, and mechanical purposes. No, medicinal purposes, my bad.
Gilgamesh is famous for slaying a dragon. One Chinese legend tells of a famous Chinese man named Yu. And after the Great Flood, Yu surveyed the land of China and divided it into sections. He built channels.
Drain the water off.
Yep.
To the sea.
And helped make the land livable again. Many snakes and dragons were driven from the marshlands when you created the farmlands, the great dinosaur mystery. I think that is a good place for us to stop.
Already.
Don, we're just moving right along. How do
We
you,
are. I'm enjoying it. This is good.
how do you feel?
I feel good.
And we will see you next time.
Alrighty.
Don Haywood.